Q&A. So first question, describe what kind of leader you are.
The leader I am is, I guess I'd go with a service leader. And for those of you who don't know, is a leader that will help people when I notice they need help. And I like to lead by example of showing, because I wouldn't tell someone to do something if I wasn't willing to do it myself. And I know I still have a lot of work to become a better leader, but that's the leader I describe myself.
How would you change the intern program?
The changes I would make upon the intern program would be I would like to invite guest speakers to come to the interns and talk to them and how they can improve their communication skills and be a better CAB member. And then I would like to host more workshops for them. And then also I would like to encourage CAB members to come out to the intern meeting so they can get to know them better and talk to them one-on-one what their position does so they feel better prepared for the next year.
And to follow up, as IVP, why do you think it's important to be in charge of the intern program?
Well, I think it's important to be in charge of the intern program because IVP deals with internal affairs, and they attend other clubs such as APSA and Samahan, and they get to see how their boards perform. And being that you can come back to your interns and let them know what other organizations are doing and how they can improve for VSAs next year on CAB.
As internal vice president, what can you do to strengthen the relationship with internal orgs?
Well, I myself I am a member of APSA and Samahan too, and I believe just going to their GBMs and going to events will help strengthen bonds, and I can promote VSA events there, and then vice versa, they can promote their events at our GBMs. And also, I would like to contact the other organizations' IVPs and help the communication between each club so we don't have events planned on the same day so we can maximize the amount of people who come out to each event.
At this time, the floor is open to questions.
So, how well are you at managing your time? Because technically, being an IVP, you're going to be going to at least 5 different meetings a week, and those are, if you aren't aware of it, SDC, APIC, VSA, CAB board meetings, GBMs, and intern meetings. So, yeah.
Well, I believe I have work to do to still manage my time, but as of now, I'm an intern for VSA. I am in the middle of a pledge process, and I am going to school, and I'm managing those 3. And so it's not on the larger scale will be next year, but I feel like next year I'll be better prepared with the practice I'm getting this year.
How do you feel SDC and APIC tie into the relationship VSA has to the rest of the school and the community?
Well, how they tie in is VSA, we're a cultural organization, and we're kind of small on our own, but with SDC, the other cultural orgs, we come together and we're able to voice our opinions and try to get things changed that we want, whereas if we just stuck to our own VSA, we'd still be able to function, but we wouldn't really know what's going on in our community at the state.
How do you plan on improving the IVP position outside of the
How I plan it would improve outside of the intern program, it would be to, like I mentioned before, go into other organizations, just having better communications with the other organizations. Because I know in previous years, sports days, they've matched with other previous, even this year, banquets are falling on the same day. So I believe that the internal vice presidents just communicate with each other, they can work together to plan out the events so they're not overlapping with each other, and they can cooperate and even host events together.
Okay, and then my other question is, as IVP, you are also the mediator between all of CAB and the president and all of the GBI members. You have the connection between them all. If there was an argument between cabinet members, how would you mediate the situation if you were asked?
Well, if there was an argument between cabinet members, I would like to talk to them first individually and then see like their opinion on the story. Then I would try to mediate by like letting them know to have the other person's point of view and what they're thinking, not to be closed-minded and like their way is the right way. Then from there, I would bring the CAB members that are having the problems together, and I'll let them talk it out, and then hopefully they can compromise and come to a decision with that. And if not, I would like weigh in what I would think would be the best for VSA.
So being IVP, you're also known as like the right-hand man of the president. So let's say you notice that the president isn't doing their work or they're slacking, and even other CAB members have noticed that as well, but they think that they're not in the right position to let the president know. But they tell you, or they don't even tell you, but you notice it, so how would you go on about that?
Well, being an internal vice president, you're known to be the right-hand man of the president. So, like, being a right-hand man, you don't just follow like your president does word for word. Like, you know, you have your own opinions. And if you think the president's doing something wrong, like, it's your job to tell them, like, they need to change it up, they need to put more effort in, and let them know what the CAB members are thinking, especially if they talk to me about it. And with the relationship I want to have with the president, I want to feel comfortable telling them that. And yeah.
So in addition with promoting BSA within the organizations and clubs, do you also plan on promoting BSA onto the larger SDSU campus? For example, like having us participate in Homecoming and Green Fest?
Yeah. Well, I noticed when I first joined VSA, we were participating in Homecoming and Green Fest, but this year we didn't. But I want to bring it back because I believe it's important to participate in those events because it kind of puts us like on the map as an organization and lets other students that are participating in those events to see that VSA, that like we're an organization and they might want to come check it out. And especially if we participate and we place in like Green Fest, for instance, I think that will help members want to come check us out.
So, as you're currently an intern, and you're doing a great job. What I'm curious about is that you are going for a position of essentially the top three leaders: EVP, IVP, and president. So, and like you said, you are the right-hand man to the president. What experiences from your internship with VSA and any other experience outside do you feel would make you a capable leader of essentially the board and, well, the CAB as well as the GBMers?
Well, the experiences I've gone through as an intern, I was helped with events I was put onto committees, and I was able to help plan out those events with the committee I was put into. And I also helped with the activities and academic coordinators with ACE program their second semester. And I still have experience to learn to go through for this last month as an intern to learn. But I think that I will be able to learn as leader, and then if I need help, I can always turn to my intern coordinator, Ernest, for help and advice of what I should be doing if I feel like I'm not doing the right job.
Thank you.
What kind of relationship would you have with the president? as their right-hand man, and in worst-case scenario, president resigns. What would your vision for VSA be, and how prepared do you feel to be in charge of VSA CAB?
Well, the relationship I plan to have with the president I believe, will be a pretty close relationship, being that the two candidates running for president, I have pretty good relationships with them as of now. And if the president were to resign, I would have to like step up as my job to be president, and then I feel like I would be prepared to take over, but if not, I always have my cab, like, you know, we can talk things out and agree together of what we want to go, what direction we want to go with VSA, and depending on why the president resigned, if he had a plan, I would try to follow up that plan for VSA.
Are there any more questions for Keenan? Thanks, Keenan.